Premier League 2017, Tottenham Hotspur vs Stoke City, 5-1, all goals and highlights. Tottenham manager Mauricio Pochettino challenged his players to consistently show their true quality after an emphatic win over Stoke City at Wembley. Harry Kane scored twice as Spurs scored 4 second-half goals to climb above Arsenal into 5th in the Premier League table. It ended a 4-game run without a league win, and Pochettino is demanding his side show the same consistency between now and the end of the season. "That is how we need to play from now," said the Argentine, after Spurs scored 5 for the first time this season. "Consistency between now and the end of the season is so important if we want to finish in the top 4. The team showed their true quality." Spurs went ahead when Potter's skipper Ryan Shawcross inadvertently diverted the ball past his own keeper, before 3 goals in the space of 12 minutes put the game out of sight. Son Heung-min doubled the lead and Kane's header made it 3-0. Kane drilled home the 4th, and Son set up Christian Eriksen for the 5th goal before Shawcross headed a late consolation. Pochettino admitted Tottenham's Champions League campaign had been a distraction. But with Spurs, who finished above Real Madrid in the group stage, not due to play in Europe again until February, he is hoping his side can concentrate on their domestic form. "Last season we were frustrated because we were very good in the Premier League but we were a disaster in the Champions League," he added. This season the team was so determined to show they can compete in the Champions League, and when you mix with the Premier League, that maybe was a bit of a distraction. But now we can only be focused on the Premier League and winning games. Stoke, meanwhile, have won only once in 7 league games and dropped to 15th, 3 points above the relegation zone. They are the first club in Premier League history to lose to the same opponent by 4 goals or more in 4 consecutive meetings. Spurs warming to Wembley. Since demolishing Liverpool 4-1 in October, Spurs had won just once in 6 Premier League games. Their Wembley troubles have been well documented, but this was a match during which it all came together. Son has been the one shining light during a poor run in the league, and the South Korean was once again a driving force as Spurs scored more than once in a Premier League match at Wembley for only the 2nd time this season. It was his low cross which led to Shawcross putting into his own net, and he scored the 2nd goal and set up the 5th. After throwing away points against Burnley, Swansea, and West Brom at Wembley, Tottenham were at their ruthless best. And they could have scored more but for Stoke keeper Jack Butland. The England international produced 2 fine stops in the dying minutes to keep out Eriksen, who was making his 200th appearance for the club, and Kane as the Potters were completely overrun. More capital punishment for Stoke. This was an embarrassing defeat at the National Stadium for Stoke, who have now lost 3 of their past 4 league games. These are worrying times for Potters boss Mark Hughes, whose side started well but capitulated after half-time. Kane missed a glorious chance at 1-0 and Butland almost gifted the England striker a goal after losing control of the ball inside his own penalty area. Having let in 4 at home to Chelsea and another 7 at Manchester City, Stoke are conceding at a rate of more than 2 goals a game. They have failed to win on their past 16 league trips to London, conceding 37 goals and taking 6 points from a possible 48 since beating Spurs at White Hart Lane in November 2014. "It's not good enough doing okay just for 45 minutes, said Hughes. "We couldn't deal with Tottenham's power and pace. We struggled in one-on-one situations, we needed to get tighter. Today will damage our confidence. That is the worry for us." Man of the match, Son Heung-min, Tottenham. 6 own goals for Shawcross, the stats. Shawcross scored the 6th own goal of his Premier League career. Only Richard Dunn, 10, Martin Skrtel and Jamie Carragher, 7 each, have scored more in the competition. This was the first time a Stoke player had ever scored at both ends in a Premier League game. Kane has scored 8 Premier League goals against Stoke. Only against Leicester City has he scored more in the competition, 9. Kane scored his 90th Premier League goal in just his 131st game. Only Alan Shearer, 113 games, did so quicker. This was Stoke's 1000th top-flight defeat, making them the 15th side to reach that figure since its inception in 1888-89. What's next? Spurs return to Wembley on Wednesday when Brighton are the visitors for a league game, kick-off 20:00 GMT, before Mauricio Pochettino's side visit leaders Manchester City next Saturday, 17:30. Stoke are back on the road on Tuesday when they travel to Burnley in the Premier League, 1945. Thank you for watching, please subscribe and share if you like.